In compliance with the Open Publics Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, on January 12, 2024, adequate notice of this meeting was provided as required by law. Additionally, this meeting is being digitally recorded and live streamed on the Somerset County website. For public access, please email your questions to countyboardmeeting@co.somerset.nj.us. The public may participate in this meeting by calling 908-231-7075. Director Robinson?
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance and remain standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to take time out for a moment of silence for the loss of the life of the great Donald Payne Jr. In addition to lifting up prayers for the loss of the life of a state trooper who died during the training exercise. Welcome everyone to our May 14, 2024 work session, Somerset County Board of Commissioners. This agenda and the items on it are for discussion and will be considered at our next meeting, which is scheduled for May 28th. No action will be taken at this meeting unless the measure and its adoption are needed in a manner necessary to continue county business. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Here.
Commissioner Singletary?
Here.
Commissioner Morano?
Here.
Deputy Director Suey?
Here.
Director Robinson?
Here.
Earlier this afternoon, myself, Commissioner Morano, and Commissioner Singletary filmed a short video to promote our new efforts with regards to our Curbing Hunger initiative. So more to come on that. We hope that these revamped efforts will continue to highlight and collect our recycling pickups in the month of June. But now we have bright Curbing Hunger collection bins, bright orange, neon orange. And these bins would be at county facilities such as libraries, parks, and more all year round, not just certain times of the year. So please be generous when you shop and pick up a few extra items and bring them to one of the locations. Also, voting has begun, and our clerk, Steve Peter, has issued about 30,000 requested vote-by-mail ballots for our 2024 Democratic and Republican primary election. They are already starting to be returned. This election will feature candidates looking to run in November general election for President, U.S. Senate, U.S. House of Representatives, your county commissioners, and local offices. Please be mindful that due to this year's ruling by a judge's court order, the ballot will be somewhat different for the voters in the Democratic primary. While the Republican ballots will continue to use the traditional county line format. The ballots will be in what's considered an office block format with candidates organized by office they are seeking rather than by who endorsed them. But again, the Republican ballots will continue to use the traditional county line format. If you have any questions, please reach out to the clerk's office. That number during business hours, and that number is 908-231-7013. Again, that number is 908-231-7013. And he also has done a quick video explaining the look of the ballot, and that could be found on our county website under the clerk's tab. Also, I hope all of you who are mothers in this room or on the sound of my voice enjoyed a pleasant and happy Mother's Day over the past weekend. We had great weather. And also, I'd like to, again, congratulate the RVCC graduates, all the college graduates, but in particularly our RVCC graduates. Myself, Commissioner Morano, and Commissioner Singletary had an opportunity to participate and congratulate them. They had over 1,000 students conferred. 510 actually walked in the ceremony, and I could tell you, if not half, close to half were honor students. So kudos to them, and we want to see them continue to do great things as they continue to prove themselves through hard work and commitment to our community. And finally, I had an opportunity at NJAC, New Jersey Association of Counties, to be a panelist to talk about our partnership with Integrity Health and being self-insured. And so other counties are looking to do the same. It has been a great partnership, and I was also able to tell my personal story with my encounter and great experience with the professionals that are over there. So that ends my report.
All right, so we were absolutely thrilled to finally be hosting events in our new space for the Somerset County Business Partnership Hub right here on Division Street. Although the Somerset Business Hub isn't fully complete yet, we are excited to finally share the space with our members and host a few of our events here. Yesterday, we hosted a lunch with our Somerset County Business Partnership ambassadors, and today we hosted our Sustainable Somerset program and nonprofit roundtable. So we are going to have our opening day in June, so stay tuned for that. And friendly reminder, if you are a member or interested in becoming a member, you do have access to that office space. So that's a good reason to join and be around the ecosystem of many flourishing businesses of all sizes in Somerset County. We had our Business Partnership Golf Classic. We made a slight change to it. It was a great recommendation from our chairwoman, Monica Martinez Milan. And we did a Women in Business Golf Clinic. So for people like myself who are not very good golfers and you need a few more lessons, you don't have to do the full 18 holes. You could do a clinic instead and still have the great opportunity to mix and mingle. And it actually, there were a lot of other young members who actually participated in the clinic because, not everyone grows up with golf. So it was a nice opportunity, and many of us are actually meeting up to go golfing once again, and on a more even level instead of people with more practice. I attended NJAC with Director Robinson and Business Administrator Marr. And we had an incredible amount of panels, different lectures to tune in on. But not only that, it's a great opportunity to mix and mingle with the other commissioners throughout the 21 counties in the state of New Jersey. We get to learn from each other instead of learning the hard way. We get to learn from lessons from the past and what to do better and what is actually working. And our VOTEC cooking school competition, unfortunately Somerset County was not in it this year, they were last year, but we did have David Burke as our judge. And he does have a footprint here in Somerset County as they opened up Red Horse right here in Bernardsville. So we're very proud to have an elite judge and a prize chef. Over at Bernards High School, they actually on Friday, May 3rd, they did the intergenerational prom. So everyone might be thinking, what does that mean? It's when the senior citizens come to the high school. And the kids actually, they participate and they host a full dinner. Many volunteers and people from the community, they come together and the senior citizens get dressed up and they relive their heydays. And they all get up on the dance floor if they can and have a nice dinner and socialize. And it's actually very nice to see the students actually probably have an even better time getting to socialize and see people in different generations, and I think that's probably one of the best learning experiences and giving back to our community and our neighbors. So after 5 years, they reinstated it, and the county and some of our partnerships help with contributions. So thank you to the chair, Greg Tichikino, and the Key Club, or the high school, a chapter of the Kiwanis Club, for their contributions. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Deputy Director. I had the pleasure of attending the 40th anniversary of the Raritan Valley Symphonic Band. They are one of the recipients of some of our cultural grants, so money well spent. I don't know who had more fun, the people in the band or the people in the audience. So it is a good investment in the community because of that reason. So that was really nice. Thanks to Franklin High School for being the venue for that. North Plainfield, I was at the library with Commissioner Singletary for the Helps van that was there and the presentation by the county social services on different available social services with the Helps van, so that was nice. I'm not sure if Commissioner's going to speak more about that as well. Also had a chance to go to Montgomery Spring Fling, which was very exciting. Unfortunately, a little bit of rain, but it didn't stop the dragon dance and the dragon parade, which was always fun to watch. And then attended the Mother's Day breakfast at the Trade Winds, which is the vocational schools restaurant, which is always so fun to go to. They do amazing work. And it is too bad they weren't in the competition at NJAC because I think they would have been very competitive. They do a great job there. Upcoming events, May 18th, which is this Saturday, there's a free shredding event that's taking place at the Public Works Garage, the North County Garage. That's at 411 Chimney Rock Road in Bridgewater. It's taking place from 9 to 1, but I would caution you not to go there late because once those trucks fill up, it's closed. So try to get there early to make sure that you can take advantage of that. I think there's still a lot of people with lots of bags of personal information after doing all their taxes. So this is a good way of securely shredding that information. Our LGBT Advisory Board met. They had a great event at the Stats House, the Abraham Stats House. Welcomed them, and our very own Brad Fay from our Public Information Office was there to deliver some remarks about Somerset County history and Revolutionary War history and populations that don't necessarily always get all the promotion during these periods of history. So it was great for him to speak. Very well attended, so that was a really nice thing. The next thing the group is looking forward to is on June 27th here in Somerville. Will be Somerville Pride Night. It's a family event. It will be in downtown Somerville. Our team will be teaming up with the Downtown Somerville Alliance on that event, so it should be a great time. It's always fun for that event. Cultural and Heritage met, and the big event coming up is on the 16th, 2 days from now. They'll be having the Teen Arts Festival at the Raritan Valley Community College. Right now, we've got 12 schools signed up, 60 performances, and 25 workshops. So this is a fabulous event for our young talent here in Somerset, and we have so many of them. So very excited about that. Also on your calendar, make sure you mark July 20th. We're going to be having our History on the Green right here at the courthouse. And on June 19th, mark your calendar for our Juneteenth event that's coming up. Also, Cultural and Heritage, a big thank you to the team there. They worked very long and hard on the long-range historic and cultural plan. It has finally been adopted by the planning board after many, many reviews by various teams and individuals. I think it's now all done. It's been signed off by the planning board and will now be part of the county master plan. So excellent work by the team. Congratulations on that being completed. At the library, their budget was passed by the library commissioners with a 2% increase. There are some branch notices. Watchung is now closed for some construction. There will be a temporary branch that'll be open, and that's planning to be opened on June 5th. The Boundbrook branch continues discussions with property owners because there is some remediation work that needs to be done at that branch, and they're looking for a temporary solution while things work out at the permanent branch. So that's underway. Open space, I'm excited to say that we've got some new signs going up through the county indicating open space parcels by Somerset County. So far, we've put up 6 of those signs. They're pretty snappy looking. Just reminding the public of the fact that your county tax dollars have invested in preservation of this land. So we want to make sure folks know where it is. I think we just put our first one up in Warren Township, right there on the border of Union County, where we preserve land right on the Passaic River. We've got 5 other sites that we've placed, so in process to get that done eventually to all the sites. And last but not least, our household hazardous waste took place on April 20th. We had 769 cars and collected about 21 tons of household hazardous waste. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. So a few things. I attended the volunteer recognition luncheon for those who volunteer in our senior centers. Very important volunteer service they provide. They lead lessons in music, dance, Tai Chi, yoga, while others assist in the preparation of meals for home delivery to seniors and also help provide lunch to our seniors at the senior centers. So without these volunteers, we would be certainly more limited in the programs and services we could provide. So a great many thanks goes out to them. And if you're interested in volunteering in our senior centers, you can certainly reach out to the Office of Aging on the website. Also, I attended the graduation of the Youth Leadership Program on Saturday. While these guys were at the RVCC, I was at the Somerset County Youth Leadership Program graduation. And this is a program hosted by Somerset County for high school students, juniors and seniors. 38 students this year completed the training. And it's an impressive year-long program where once a month students come and participate on a Saturday morning in a host of exercises. Students participate in team building, skills development, including visits to the Environmental Education Center, the Robert Wood Johnson Hospital at Somerset, which I understand they use a robot to operate on I believe, not real people. And they participate in mock trials and cultural food exchanges. So it's really up to the students. Each year the students are selected through an application process. And if you're a student, a junior and senior for next year, if you're interested, the application for this very exciting program is due on May 25th. So get your applications in, and I'm sure they'll be reviewed. Look forward to that. And also this Saturday, while you're bringing your shredding to the Public Works Garage, you can then double back and head over to the Senior Center, also in Bridgewater, on Saturday morning between 1 to 4, where the Office of Aging will host a free senior expo that will connect seniors to essential valuable services, educational programs, and healthcare screening. That address is 876 East Main Street in Bridgewater. So again, you can sort of bring your shredding to the place. You can then come on over and enjoy a free expo, senior health expo at the Senior Center in Bridgewater. And finally, I want to add, really thanks to our planning department as well as the Park Commission. I had an opportunity to visit, along with our staff, the County Park Commission and Planning Department, to walk the recently purchased property in Hillsborough, known as the Hillsborough Golf Course. It's currently closed. The property is not open to the public, but it was an opportunity for us to really look at the property itself, understand its implications, its amazing potential. We looked at several of the buildings that are there, and I think, the incredible views. And as we've committed here from the Park Commission as well as the county commissioners, we've committed to develop a master plan for that property and certainly inviting the public to participate in that planning process. But I need to emphasize the property is now closed. Is that correct, Tom?
Yes.
Okay. But in any case, so looking forward to more on that. And I think it's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you. We have an economic development presentation.
I haven't given my report yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Commissioner Doug Singletary.
All right, well, thank you. It's always fun being last,
You're in economic development.
Yeah, that's true. So the county is in the processing of updating its hazard mitigation plan, where the goal is to identify ways to reduce damage from natural hazard. We're currently in the process of seeking public input, where you can take an online survey. You can download it from the county website. We're also, this Thursday at 6:30, we're having a public meeting on the hazard mitigation plan, and the public is invited to come and participate and learn more about this plan. It's at 6:30 at the Emergency Services Training Academy in Hillsborough. And let's see, the third annual 2024 Raritan Job Fair at the Hindu Temple and Cultural Center, Route 202, 206 in Bridgewater, is scheduled on June 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This generally attracts over 350 people looking for jobs. The employer registration, the time for employers to register, and they have to register by May 20th. So, and recently the Mental Health Board met, and one of the projects that they've been working on for quite some time is putting together a resource of mental health services throughout the county, and I'm pleased to say that has been completed, and it's called the Mental Health Services Guide. You can download it online on the county website. There's actually quite a lot of useful information on that particular page of county resources regarding public services, healthcare, mental health. And on May 2nd, I was honored to attend and speak at the Governor's Educators Recognition Award ceremony, honoring all the county's Teachers of the Year. So I just want to again congratulate and thank all the good work that our teachers do throughout Somerset County. So that's my report. Thank you.
Yes, Commissioner Director, I'd like to call up Jessica Paolini as she makes her way here. Jessica heads our Office of Economic Development, and she's here tonight with Ben Nana, who supports the office as well. And they're here to give their annual presentation about what our Economic Development Office has been doing.
So good evening, Commissioners. Thank you for having me. I'm just going to move this closer. So 2 years ago, you made the decision to really focus on the county's economic health. And it's a great time to take stock of where we are because we just celebrated Economic Development Week, and it's been a year since I last presented. So I thought I'd start off by giving you a sense of a day in the life of a Somerset County economic developer. And I'll use last week, May 8th, as an example. So the morning started off with a tour of EMD Electronics in Branchburg, where I was joined by Colleen, our state and chamber partners, and Branchburg's mayor. From there, I traveled to Princeton for a luncheon hosted by Choose New Jersey, where I presented to their international consultants. And then it was back to Somerville for a meeting on Why Somerset. So even though our daily schedules take us in a lot of different directions, we're always focused on enhancing the economic health of the county. So one of the major changes this year for our office is an expanded sector focus. So we really dove in to understand our business community, and we've identified 5 sectors that we're prioritizing. So just to give you an overall perspective, whenever we work with a company, we keep track of that data, what industry they're in, the type of services we offer, and where they ultimately end up. So just 2 things to highlight here. Just over half of our projects are with the life sciences and advanced manufacturing. Most of our projects come to us as referrals from our state partners, or they're initiated by our own staff as we proactively reach out to the business community. So the life sciences is our most active sector by far. And just taking a step back, when we say life sciences, it's a really broad term, but we're referring to the research, development, and manufacture of medicines. So I think we're familiar with the stats. We're a top county in the state and one of the top states in the country for the life sciences. And we're seeing some of our largest companies expanding. So you know about Roche, you know about J&J. Some of the more recent ones, Avantor is doubling the square footage of their lab space in Bridgewater. BAP Pharma just relocated from Morris County, setting up their U.S. headquarters in Somerset. Helios is a startup company that just grew to the point of needing space and set up their first lab in Montgomery. And Regeneron just confirmed publicly that they're leasing over 100,000 square feet in Warren. So we have a lot to celebrate, but we can't just sit back and expect companies to continue to invest. Over the years, Somerset County has really benefited from companies that were looking to set up campuses in close proximity to New York. But the pandemic changed all of that, and those same companies are now looking to be in multi-tenant, amenity-rich settings. And we're seeing developers and communities across the state that are trying to leverage those trends for investment into their own communities. So you have the Helix in New Brunswick, SciTech City in Jersey City, the Nest in Kenilworth. We're in this really competitive environment. So it's really important that we let the companies know about the investments we're making. And we know that the number one decision criteria for companies is access to talent. So the investment that you've made into the clean room is critically important. It's also why we're rebranding Why Somerset, which I'll speak about later, and why we need to go to where companies are. So in June, Colleen and I are traveling to Bio International, which is the largest life sciences conference in the world. We're going to be part of the New Jersey Pavilion alongside many of our economic development partners. We have dozens of Somerset County companies that will be attending, and we'll be meeting with them along with site selectors and international delegations. And it's a really exciting time for us to be going and promoting the county. Not only will we be talking about the clean room and Why Somerset, but we'll also be able to talk about some new-to-market leasing opportunities. And two of the largest are the former AT&T site, which is now officially rebranded as the Bedminster Technology Center, with JLL serving as the broker, and 23 Orchard in Montgomery. They've recently put lab space in 23 Orchard, and this summer they're going to be opening a tech and life sciences accelerator called Venture X. So we'll look forward to sharing outcomes with you when we get back from that conference. Advanced manufacturing is the sector behind the life sciences with the most activity. So two recent investments to highlight are WinCup, a company that created a marine biodegradable straw, and Renew CO2, a company that's working to address climate change. And one of our main priorities is connecting businesses to state grants. So we have a model for this. We spend a lot of time to understand the programs, and then we send personalized emails to our companies that meet that criteria. We've done this for both rounds of the manufacturing voucher program. So the first round last year, we had 11 companies receive over $1 million. This round, we want that number to go up. And with the life sciences, similar to the life sciences, RVCC is one of our key allies and partners. Conrad Mercurius took over Jackie Bellin's role, and he has a background in industry, so he's one of our top assets. We meet with him weekly to talk about how we can stand up and launch new programs, such as a manufacturing technology showcase that will bring new revenue to our companies, and more to come on that. So this year, one of our new sectors that we're focusing on is cosmetics and personal care, and you might be asking why. So we looked at the business inventory that we've developed, and we saw that we have a lot of big names here in the county: Simrise, Haleon, L'Oreal. Then we looked at national level data, and we saw that Somerset County is among the top 20 counties in the entire country for employment in personal care. These companies utilize similar real estate and recruit from a lot of the same talent pools as the life sciences, so it gives us a chance to leverage assets we already have to also support this sector. And it's an area where we can be really creative and stand out. So we worked with graphics with Greg and his team, and we developed an industry brochure that talks about the strengths we have and the potential for growth. Most other communities are lumping personal care into either manufacturing or life sciences, and they're not speaking directly to them, but we are, and we think that's going to pay off. KDC1 recently invested in Somerville, and we're working with several confidential businesses now that are looking to establish manufacturing sites. Another new area of focus for us is agriculture, because we heard during Influencing Ag about the support and attention that our farmers need. So we've made a conscious effort since then to focus on them as small businesses. So this goes beyond agritourism and preservation, which are critically important, but it looks to bring new resources and revenue to our farmers. So just an example or two of what we're doing. We're working with several office users in the Bedminster area that are looking to bring on CSAs as a perk for their employee base. And then we partner with Kate to set them up with local farmers who can take on that new business and that new revenue stream. And then another example that we recently partnered on is to support food security. So we were having conversations with companies that were saying, we really want to get involved in the local community. That led us to conversations with food banks who told us some of the donations that we have go to waste simply because people don't know how to cook with the food. So we got a list from the food banks and local farmers of commonly donated items, and then we partnered with the VOTEC to develop recipes. And Commissioners Singletary and Drake served as sous chefs with the culinary students at our VCC. And those recipes are going to be put together into a recipe book that will be shared at our farms and with our food banks. So another revenue stream for our farms is serving as sites for film production. And we've been able to bring location scouts out to a number of our farms. So in the last year with Ben serving as our film commission liaison, we've been really strategic in modeling how a county government can support filming through showcasing our unique assets, supporting our towns and being easy to work with, and building out our workforce. So we utilize the writer's strike as a time to really build out our foundation, meeting with industry partners, attending conferences, and touring studios to identify where our standards should be as we look to meet incoming needs of Netflix and others. And we established a partnership early on with RVCC to help them grow their film program with funding for new equipment and curriculum additions like the first film festival. So for some context, ahead of the writer's strike, there were 98 productions going on in the state, and today there's only 4, but one of them is in Somerset County. And one of the location scouts that participated in the tour that Ben organized in September is actually working on that film. So it's an example of how some of this early work can lead to outcomes. So even though we have these 5 sectors that we're focused on, we are serving companies across all industries of all sizes. And 2 other areas where we're seeing a lot of activity is in food and technology. So on the food side, we're working with Rutgers, the state, and Middlesex County to organize the New Jersey Food Tech Conference, which is being held in New Brunswick in June. I'll be moderating a panel on sustainability that's going to feature Applegate Farms, a company that just relocated and took office space in Bedminster. And then on the tech side, I mentioned that we're working closely with 23 Orchard in Montgomery, which is positioning itself to be a tech hub for the Central Jersey region. So because we spend a lot of time working with the business community, that means the business partnership is a key stakeholder. Our office is now the county liaison to the partnership, and I sit on the board. And with the county, we've had this long-standing relationship with the partnership. But this year, when we re-signed the contract, we added an addendum that has really clear outcomes and lines of communication. We developed that collaboratively with them, so we'll be able to point to tangible outcomes each year. And one of the things we're already seeing that Commissioner Sui referenced is the new business hub. One of the things that was critically important to us is to make sure that that is open to non-members, which it will be. So it opens the resources and services up to a group of companies that were missing out on that previously. So another group that we spend a lot of time with is our towns. A lot of this work started last year when we organized a webinar for all of our towns with our state partners. And these are some of the towns that really stood up, waved their hand, and wanted to take advantage of these resources and networks. So this isn't comprehensive, and just one example for time's sake. In June, we're going to be hosting the New Jersey Business Action Center. They're going to be doing a downtown special assessment in Raritan, where they provide free technical assistance. So they'll be helping them with things like facade improvements, parking, and attracting new businesses to their main street. Sorry. And then last but not least, and maybe the most exciting, is our new talent attraction tool, Why Somerset. So You're probably familiar with why Somerset. It started with the business partnership when they were doing economic development, and it had a really broad scope. They were talking to businesses who are here, businesses who want to come here, residents, non-residents, it was primarily being distributed as a printout to chamber members. So we had this existing asset, and then at the same time, we were talking with companies, and we were hearing that they were looking for information that wasn't on Why Somerset, because they were getting really specific questions from people they're trying to recruit about things like the housing market and school rankings. So we initially developed the welcome package, which Commissioner Drake, I know you're familiar with and handed out at our Resources for Growth event. But we knew we could go beyond that, and we had a model for doing so. So I mentioned earlier, access to talent, #1 consideration for a business. So communities around the country have now shifted their focus to trying to retain and attract people, knowing that companies will follow. And so we looked at those campaigns as a model. We had a lot of data on what people think about when they're looking to take a job or move. And we were able to put all of that together on one site, Why Somerset. So it has a really clear focus and message. It's for people who are trying to make a decision about whether they want to take a job here and whether they want to live here. And we're going to be working with HR teams at companies to get this information out. And this really puts us in alignment with best practices in economic development and among an elite group of communities that have this resource available. So we don't have time today, but I'd be happy to walk you through this tool at your convenience. And that's the end of my remarks, but I'm happy to take any questions.
I don't have any questions, but I want to say congratulations and thank you for a job well done in presenting and bringing us forward and meeting our goal and really exceeding some of those goals that we set forth over a year ago. So thank you.
Thank
You
you.
and your team.
I really like this down the bottom, discover all the reasons why. That's really, really impactful right there.
Yeah, thank you. And that's right on the homepage, so that's the first thing people will see when they come to the website.
And now that Central New Jersey is on the map, Somerset County is getting even more visibility. But thank you, because a lot of your external relationships and the boards that you sit on also put us in an even greater setting, not just nationally, but internationally. So thank you for all your work and accomplishments of what you bring to Somerset County
Thank you.
and your team.
Now we move on to communications. We received a letter from the New Jersey Department of Transportation stating grant applications will be accepted for fiscal year 2025 state aid programs. Ocean County Board of Commissioners adopted resolution supporting HR 7084, which amends the IRS Code of 1986 to repeal the inclusion of gross income of Social Security benefits. Notice of filing and of public hearing of a petition regarding PSE&G for approval of an increase in electric and gas rate changes in tariffs for electric and gas services and for changes in depreciation rates. BPU docket numbers ER 231200924 and GR 231200925. Also, a notice of filing of public hearing of petition regarding PSE&G for approval of electric rate adjustments pursuant to the Infrastructure Advancement Program, BPU docket number ER 23110783. Notice of filing and a public hearing of a petition regarding PSE&G for approval of its clean energy future energy efficiencies, Roman numeral 2. The program on a regulated basis, and that's BPU docket number Q 231200874, and County Clerk Steve Peter, notice of fees collected for April 2024 in the amount of $3,128,890.39. New business.
24-1000, authorizing the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission to apply for and accept funding, if awarded, from the New Jersey Department of State Division of Travel and Tourism Cooperative Marketing Grant not to exceed $15,000 with required 25% match, which is up to $3,750 for fiscal year 2025.
24-1001, authorizing support for the preferred alternatives for the replacement of the Landing Lane Bridge, City of New Brunswick, and the Main Street Bridge, Borough of South Boundbrook, over the Delaware and Raritan Canal. 24-1002, approval to execute a grant agreement for the local capital project delivery program and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the preliminary engineering for the replacement of the Pickett Place Bridge over the south branch of the Raritan River, County Bridge CO 609 in Branchburg and Hillsborough Townships. 24-1003, authorizing the execution of a shared service agreement between the County of Somerset and the Borough of Far Hills for 2 rectangular rapid flashing beacon systems and 1 driver feedback sign on Peapack Road, County Route 512 in Far Hills. That's a typo, I think. 24-1004, approving plans and authorizing receipt of bids for Somerset County multi-use facility, 360 Roycefield Road, Hillsborough Township, contract 24003. This is our new LEED certified multi-use facility. We intend to advertise it in June, award it in July, and hopefully start construction this August.
Good evening. Resolution 24-1005 is authorizing Somerset County to apply and accept fiscal year 2025 Subregional Transportation Program and fiscal year 2025 Subregional Support Program grant funding from the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority. And this is new that there's no local match required anymore, so the $143,000 we receive will offset salary and support intern as well as technology needs for the office.
Resolution 24-1006, authorization to enter into a right of entry agreement with the Township of Montgomery for the installation of a force main within an existing easement in Skillman Park.
Good afternoon. Resolution 24-1007, authorizing the Prosecutor's Office to apply to the Bureau of Justice Assistance for the Federal Bulletproof Vest Partnership Grant for Prosecutor's Office as well as the Sheriff's Office, both Law Enforcement and Corrections Division, for year 2024 and accept funding if awarded. 24-1008, authorizing submission of an application by the Prosecutor's Office and Sheriff's Office, both Law Enforcement and Corrections, and accept funds if approved to the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety for the year 2024 Body Armor Replacement Grant Fund. 24-1009, authorizing the Prosecutor's Office to apply for and accept funding if awarded for the year 23 Stop Violence Against Women Act Grant Program. And 24-1010, authorizing the Somerset County Prosecutor's Office to apply for and accept funding if awarded for the FFY 23 Victims of Crime Act Grant Program. Thank you. Oh, one more. Amending Resolution 23-1308 for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant Program, Multi-Jurisdictional Gang, Gun, and Narcotics Task Force, grant number JAG 1-18TF21, for the grant period of July 1st, 22 through June 30th of 23. Thank you.
Resolution 24-1012, authorizing the Health Department to apply and accept funding from the State of New Jersey for the Sustaining Local Public Health Infrastructure Grant for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2026, for up to $325,000 if awarded. No matching.
Just watching the door. 24-1013 is authorizing an agreement between the County of Somerset and Boundbrook, Greenbrook, Manville, Millstone, North Plainfield, and Somerville. This is to provide their CRP services for signing recycling tonnage reports, and that's at a rate of $45.27 per hour. It's 2% increase from last year. 24-1014 is amending R23-1213. This is to increase the agreement between Somerset County Transportation and the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. They're giving us $1,702.50 on top of our original contract to transport veterans.
24-1015, award of contract to Natarar Resort Development for the use of the mansion at Natarar for the venue for the Somerset County Annual Retirement and Service Award Banquet.
(24-1016) is award of a professional service contract to the Alimo Group, Mount Holly, New Jersey, for the design of the replacement of County Bridge C 1102, Lamington Road, over tributary to the Lamington River in Bridgewater Township. Total not to exceed $362,192. 24-1017 is award of a contract to Pace Analytical Services out of Roseville, Minnesota, for testing services at the Bellmead Depot, Hillsborough. Total not to exceed $174,004. 24-1018 is authorizing change order number 1 and final payment for Absolute Protective Systems out of Piscataway, New Jersey, for fire alarm system replacement, carbon monoxide monitoring installation, and clean agent fire suppression system installation at 40 North Bridge Street, Somerville, and 410 Roycefield Road in Hillsborough. Contract 19021, total, that's a reduction of $3,265.50. 24-1019 is authorizing change order number 1 and final payment for CMS Construction, Inc. out of Plainfield, New Jersey, for reconstruction of pedestrian walkways along Cole Drive and improvements to stormwater pump station, Bridgewater Township, Somerset County, contract 21019. That's an increase of $7,501.27 from the as-bid contract amount of $1,167,941. Final contract amount, $1,175,442.27. And this is a total not to exceed of $7,501.27.
Contract 241020 is award of contract CC 0001-24 for office supplies for the county and cooperative to WB Mason, Printing Supplies USA, and Office Concepts Group. First year of a 2-year contract. Resolution 241021, award of contract to VCOM Telecommunications Engineering for preparation of an FCC license application and frequency coordination for 6-channel pairs, total not to exceed $8,860.
(24-1022) is award a contract to Slate Industries. This is for maintenance and service of our elevators in the county facilities, total not to exceed $80,000. 24-1023 is award a contract to Model 1 Commercial Vehicles. This is for 2 light-duty transit minibuses, total not to exceed $274,520. These are 16 2-passenger buses. They're not electric. Yeah. Yes. These buses usually take about 6 months to get. I can't guarantee that, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 16-passenger 2-wheelchair buses. 24-1024, we're rescinding item number 16 due to a clerical error, and that was from our ATF hydraulic oils greases from LubeNet, and that was resolution 23-2377.
Approval to play confirming orders to Language Lines Services, Dallas, Texas, and Millennium Strategies, Morristown, New Jersey, Chasen, Lamparillo, Mallon, and Capuzzo, PC, Secaucus, New Jersey, Shane Schaefer, PC, Burnesville, New Jersey, total not to exceed $32,343.30.
Authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to DSI Medical, Fairview Insurance Agency Associates, Occupational Health Centers, Personnel Data Systems, Princeton's Healthcare System, RICO USA, and WEX, total not to exceed $87,212. 241027, amending Resolution 24625, which contained an incorrect dollar amount. The dollar amount listed was $1,120. The correct dollar amount was $1,128.
Public Information Resolution 24-1028, amending Resolution 24-625, which contains an incorrect dollar amount. The dollar amount listed was $1,120. The correct is $1,128.
Colleen, I think that this slide is wrong. The actual item is
Oh, yeah.
approval to
It's
pay
totally
confirming
wrong.
order to Granicus LLC for
Not even
Gov
close.
Access Maintenance for Gov Delivery Integrations, total not to exceed $6,737.20.
Yes.
Resolution 24-1029, approval to pay confirming order to Election Systems and Software LLC for election services to the Somerset County Board of Elections, primary election 2024, total not to exceed $35,755.88.
Twenty-four 1030, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contract to TR Weniger, Inc. out of Piscataway, New Jersey, for parks open-ended maintenance contract renovations to Marconi Park, total not to exceed $89,910.74. 24-1031, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contract to U.S. Geological Survey out of Lawrenceville, New Jersey, for a cooperative agreement with the with the Department of the Interior, USGS, for operation of a flood information system, total not to exceed $43,666.25. 24-1032, approval to pay confirming order to Sparwick Contracting, Inc. out of Lafayette, New Jersey, for maintenance contract for structural repairs of bridges and structures at various locations. Contract 22016, total not to exceed $54,786.05.
Uh, 241033 is authorizing a refund to Caroline D. Flamos for Construction Board of Appeals fees, total not to exceed $100. 241034 is authorizing a refund of fees to Justin Tomorrow for an Emergency Services Training Academy course, total not to exceed $175. And 241035 is the payment of claims and ratification of the same.
Resolution 24-1036, approval to pay confirming order to Open Text Technologies out of Richmond Hill, Canada, for the annual maintenance and renewal of WriteFax, total not to exceed $3,720.20.
Resolution 24-1037 for the Office on Aging and Disability Services authorizes certification of funds for previously awarded W.B. Mason contracts, Secaucus, New Jersey, for the purchase of chairs, total not to exceed $19,696.88. 24-1038, also for Aging and Disability, approval to pay confirming order to Sanford Josephson for the lecture for the Basking Ridge Senior Center, total not to exceed $110. Resolution 24-1039 for Community Development authorizes the award of calendar year 2023 Homelessness Trust Fund monies, total not to exceed $92,886. 24-1040 for Richard Hall Community Health and Wellness Center authorizes cancellation of certification of funds for previously awarded contracts for Richard Hall, motivated security services, for their guard services, total not to exceed $5,068.44. 24-1041, also for Richard Hall, authorizes cancellation of certification of funds for previously awarded contracts for Richard Hall, Qualifax Systems, Inc., total not to exceed $3,136.12. 24-1042, also for Richard Hall, cancellation of certification of funds for previously awarded contract to Ability Network, Inc. for web-based software services, total not to exceed $2,932.65. 24-1043, also for Richard Hall, another cancellation of certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to 22nd Century Technologies for temp medical staffing not to exceed $22,500. Lane Federal Solutions, Inc., for temp services not to exceed $5,000. And Adelphi Medical Staffing, LLC, for temp medical staffing not to exceed $5,000. Total not to exceed $32,500. 24-1044 authorizes cancellation of certification of funds for previously awarded contracts for Richard Hall, Spring Rains of Life, for equine services not to exceed $20,190, and Freedom Yoga for yoga services not to exceed $3,200, total not to exceed $23,390. And 24-1045 for the Office of Youth Services amends a certification of funds for previously awarded contract to Middle Earth for probation enhancements and transportation funds, total not to exceed $6,065.94.
Resolution 24-1046, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contract to commercial technology contractors for installation of cameras, total not to exceed $6,624.28. 24-10047, approval to pay confirming order to Net Transcripts and BIQ Solutions for transcription services, total not to exceed $11,842.87. 24-1048, approval to pay confirming order to Dr. Howard Gilman for expert forensic psychiatry testimony, total not to exceed $6,150. Approval to pay confirming order to Enigma Solutions for cyber hunter training for one of our detectives, total not to exceed $449. It teaches detectives how to go out and access all social media sites and dark sites and everything else that's dangerous to look for. We have victims of crime in our county. It helps them to look for the bad guys. Sure.
Resolution 24-1051, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contract to QED for the second year of a 5-year contract for maintenance and support, application software Acuity for CAD, to provide an annual software maintenance and support agreement for the products and modules licensed to Somerset County Communications QED application software, January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, total not to exceed $92,275. 24-1052, approval to pay a confirming order to WB Mason for past due water invoices from 2021 and 2022, total not to exceed $62.58. 24-1053, authorizing certification of funds for a previously awarded contract to Zufall Health Center for reproductive health care, cancer screening, and primary health care, total not to exceed $14,073. 24-1054, authorizing certification of funds for a previously awarded contract to Zufall Health Center for child health clinics, total not to exceed $13,412. Resolution 1055, approval to pay confirming order to EMSL Analytical for lead sampling for children with high lead levels in Far Hills, North Plainfield, Somerville, Raritan, Manville, Franklin, Bedminster, Bound Brook, and South Bound Brook for November and December 2023, total not to exceed $362.70.
(24-1056) is authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to multiple vendors. It's for HVAC maintenance and repair, generator maintenance, repair, and fuel oil, total not to exceed $75,000. 24-1057 is amending and canceling certification of funds, so we're putting money back into the accounts for multiple vendors. The total is not to exceed $52,709.33. 24-1058 is amending R24-136 and R24-652. We had to make an increase to our previously certified funds to SDG. and that's in the amount of $232.05 for each of those resolutions, total not to exceed $464.10. 24-1059 is approval to pay confirming orders to multiple vendors for various service performed throughout the county buildings. The total not to exceed is $3,018.38. 24-1060 is approval to pay confirming orders to Colgate Paper Stock. This is for our recycling commodities. Total not to exceed $23,572.68. 24-1061 is approval to pay confirming orders to Mazda Recycling Services, again for our commodities. At recycling, total not to exceed $3,164.96. 24-1062 is authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to 2 vendors for guide rail and guide rail parts, total not to exceed $75,000. 24-1063 is authorizing a certification of funds to National Highway Products, and this is for our traffic signs, supports, hardware, and devices, total not to exceed $1,228.60. 24-1064 is approval to pay confirming orders to Granger of South Plainfield for trash cans, total not to exceed $1,218.40. 24-1065 is approval to pay confirming orders to Radiac Research. This is for the transportation and disposal of our household hazardous waste at our events, total not to exceed $47,821.60. 24-1066 is amending and canceling certification of funds, meaning we're receiving money back to multiple vendors for parts and vehicles, total not to exceed $57,675.24. 24-1067 is amending and canceling certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to our 2 tire companies, F&S and also Ritchie's, and total not to exceed $19,560.45. Again, we're receiving that money back. 24-1068 is amending and canceling certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to Ritchie Tire Service, total not to exceed $11,626.35. 24-1069 is amending and canceling certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to American Mobile Glass. This total not to exceed $3,602.49. 24-1070 is approval to pay confirming orders to multiple fuel vendors, total not to exceed $181,606.07. 24-1071 is approval to pay confirming orders to multiple parts and repair vendors, total not to exceed $30,327.10.
Next resolution, 24-1072 for the tax boards, approval to pay a confirming order to Metro Imaging for renewal of their annual micrographic service contracts not to exceed $420.
Is there a motion to add resolutions 24-1000 through 24-1072 to the consent agenda for our May 28th meeting?
Motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Yes. Deputy Director Sui? Yes. Director Robinson?
Items to be added?
Director Robinson?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Oh, yes. Items to be added?
Yes, the first 2 kind of go together. Administrator's Office, 951, is rescinding a resolution we did introduce due to an error in the original resolution, with authorized Somerset County to apply for a $37,500 LEAP, that's a shared service coordinating fellowship grant position. And then 952 is coming back again and authorizing the same, applying for and accepting the $37,500 for a fellowship grant for a part-time shared service coordinator for a period of 1 year.
953 is authorizing 30 qualified employers for participation in the 2024 Greater Raritan Workforce Development Board Summer Youth Work Experience Program off of contract CY-COM 006624.
24,954 is approval to pay confirming orders for services provided to Somerset County Jail. Total not to exceed $319,559.02.
24955, authorizing award of contract CC 014921S for county business systems for upgrades, maintenance, and support to ePay module and maintenance and support of Bluestone probate system supplemental for an ePay module and support and maintenance. Total not to exceed $23,400.
24-956 is award of contract 221012 to Shifano Construction Corp. out of Middlesex, New Jersey for 2023 road resurfacing and ADA compliance program, various routes, various locations. Total not to exceed $6,650,820.51. There were 5 bids on this project, and our estimate was $6.8 million, so it came in about 3% under. We want to get our paving started as soon as possible.
Um, 24,957 is adopting the 2024 Somerset County Library Commission budget. And 24,958 is adopting the 2024 Somerset County Open Space, Recreation, Farmland, and Historic Preservation Trust Fund levy. This is only the tax levy. This is not the allocation of the funds. That will come at a later meeting once the budget's adopted.
Resolution 959, authorizing the purchase of replacement phones from SHI International Corp., Somerset, New Jersey, utilizing the NASPO Data Communications Contract. Total not to exceed $162,222.
Resolution 24960 for the Office on Aging and Disability Services authorizes the continuation of a contract with the Office on Aging and Disability Services for the administration of the Personal Assistance Services Program for an amount of $62,226 for the period July 1, 2024 to June 30, 2025.
(24-961) is authorizing award of contracts to multiple vendors. This is for recycling of tree brush, stumps, leaves, logs, chips, and pallets. It's the first year of a 2-year contract. Total not to exceed $10,000. 24-962 is authorizing award of contract to Dell Marketing from Round Rock, Texas. This is for the purchase of Ecolane support and maintenance contract. This is a 5-year contract, total not to exceed $1,202,971.10. That is for all 5 years. What this contract will give us as an upgrade from our contract we have now, we have automatic passenger counting for our public transportation buses. We're also going to have our own app for public transportation, and you will. It's like the Rutgers bus service that they have, and you'll also be able to see if the bus is full, half full, quarter full, so the passengers will know, and they'll also know when the bus is showing up. On the paratransit side, we will also have an app, so there'll be 2 separate apps on the app sites for them to get. And we're going to have call reminders, so when people have trips, we're going to call them to remind them when the trip is. It'll also let them know what time it's going to show up if they're not on the app. I'm sorry, and the other thing is, this money is coming out of dedicated funds. This does not come out of the county budget. It's from fare and donations that are received by transportation. So there's no effect on the budget with this purchase of maintenance. 24-963 is authorizing award of contract. This is also to multiple vendors. This is for unleaded gasoline, regular unleaded 87, mid-grade 89, and premium 93. It's the first year of a 2-year contract, total not to exceed $50,300.
Is there a motion to add resolutions 24-951 through 24-963 to the agenda for the meeting immediately following this one? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Yes. Deputy Director Sui? Yes. Director Robinson?
Yes. Now we come to the public portion of our meeting. Before we do that, do you want to allow our guests who are outside to come in? Soon as we get, we'll open up the public. We come to the public portion of our meeting where anyone from the public wishing to speak may do so by coming up, stating your name and your address. 5 minutes, no yielding of time, no coming up a second time on any type. Is there a motion to open to public? Is there, all in favor? Aye. So moved.
Harry Boweslaughter, 1243 Canal Road, Princeton, New Jersey. I want to ask you some questions about, you said you were giving money, assistance to homeless people, is that correct? Or no? Did I misunderstand that?
Or are you speaking on a specific agenda item?
Well, yeah, the one fellow mentioned that he was giving some kind of assistance to homeless people, I thought.
Is it Mike?
Did I misunderstand that, or?
Mike, are you still in the room?
I'm not sure which resolution.
Yeah.
No?
I'm not sure which one.
Well, I just want to say, I want to know if you're giving any money to Chinese soldiers that are in our area. Because that's what they call, what do they call it, aiding the enemy?
I don't believe that.
But are there Chinese troops in this area or no?
Not that we're aware of, and I'm unaware that.
Well, I know President Xi said they can't leave China without permission from the Chinese president. And I said, I heard there's 24,000 Chinese troops in this country. So that's what I wanted to know, if we're aiding and abetting the enemy, so.
Is there anyone else from the public wishing to come up and speak?
There was one comment received via email from Kevin East, a Somerset County resident. He just wanted to go on record that he's against a tax increase for Somerset County, that we pay enough in taxes with little in return. A vote for the county tax increase will result in his vote for new leadership.
Anyone else?
Me, I'm here. Joan Schiller, Warren, New Jersey. Tonight, you're moving ahead with spending over $27,000 for a retirement dinner. Last year was over $35,000. Now, that may not seem like a lot of money in the county budget, but honestly, it grieves me that Somerset County is one of the wealthiest counties, and we have 17,000 people with food insecurity, and an organization, Feeding Hands, doesn't get 1 penny from the county. I would ask you to reconsider how you honor retirees. And I would ask you that perhaps maybe if you decide to vote on that $27,000, $28,000 at the next meeting, that you pull it out and do a roll call vote so the public can see who would support that. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? And what was the name of the organization you were referring to?
Feeding Hands. I'd actually like to thank Commissioner Singletary, because I know you went and congratulated them when they opened up their new facility. Thank you.
All right, anybody else on the commission board wanting to respond or comment? No yielding a second time. You can come up in our next public session in about 10, 15 minutes.
All right.
Any comments?
So, we do, of course, contribute to our food security in Somerset County, and thank you for bringing that to our attention for another organization for us to be able to consider. But in terms of our employees, technical problems. Our employees do an incredible job, and the price per head is actually very modest. So it's the one time that they actually get to go to, an incredible restaurant that we have, and it's part of our history within Somerset County. just for the price per head, that's under $200 per.
Can I respond? Last year was over $200 a head.
It would depend on how many people are
Yes, there
being recognized, so each year it may vary. Continue, Commissioner.
But in the grand scheme of things, for a few $100s for a lifetime of service and dedication to the county, it's a very small price to pay. And they have great contributions, so we thank our employees, and that's how we do so. And the amount of people that came up to us afterwards saying that they thought that they would never be able to go to that, to, the mansion there and to see the inside of it and to be able to have that personal connection as their, last time to be able to connect with everyone before a grand retirement too for some, it does mean the world to them.
For clarification, Commissioner, it's right around $100 a head.
$100 a
And
head.
that's the max amount that may wind up coming, just based on the years of service and also retirement. So it's celebrating milestones from 10 years and above and retirement.
So I'm in the opinion that our employees deserve that for $100 a head.
And as it was mentioned, we often support our food insecurity initiatives. It's been touted that Commissioner Singletary, that is one of his goals for this year, and I believe last year as well. We will continue to support those efforts. Again, thank you for bringing that organization to our attention. We have in the past, and we will continue to support the food insecurity issues and those that are leading those efforts. We did give out money to nonprofits to continue to help those efforts with food insecurity, even during the pandemic. And I think we did a pretty good job, and considerably enough information was sent out that we could support all who came through our doors and needed the help. And I would dare say that we were probably in the top 5, even the top 10 that were leading those efforts throughout the state of New Jersey. So I would say we do a phenomenal job in helping those efforts with food insecurity. But thank you for bringing this organization to our attention. So maybe we can work on something in partnering. No guarantees, but we don't know. We'll figure out who those that are leading those efforts, and we welcome everybody. Can't help everybody, but we'll do our best to make sure that we keep those persons in mind. So thank you. If nobody else is wishing to come forward, I'll take a motion to close the public portion of this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. We will move right into our regular meeting, our work session, excuse me. So, our regular meeting. Just finished the work session. Thank you for those who were waiting patiently outside as we move through our lengthy agenda. But here is what you all have been waiting for. So any additional commissioner reports? All right, we have several proclamations: Mental Health Awareness, Emergency Medical Services Week, Older Americans Month. We will postpone AAPI Heritage Month until our next meeting on the 28th, and we also have Historic Preservation Month. So I yield the floor.
Sure, we got Mental Health Awareness Month. Mike Frost and Zach and Lisa.
Slide revision and who's here.
Okay.
Lisa's going to come first, and then Mark. Lisa is our Addiction Services Director. I'm the Human Services Director, Mike Frost. And this is Mark Williams, who is a champion for mental health and is a representative of NAMI and also Stigma Free New Jersey.
We'll read the resolution, Mike, and then this is probably your last
Second,
meeting.
it's my penultimate meeting.
All right, Mike. So, we're here today to announce Mental Health Awareness Month, May 2024. And whereas approximately 1 in 5 adults in the United States, 43.8 million people, experience a mental health condition in a given year, and whereas substance use disorders affect more than 23 million Americans, yet only 25% receive treatment of any kind. And whereas approximately 1 in 5 youth aged 13 to 18 experience a severe mental disorder at some point during their life. And whereas among the 20.2 million adults in the U.S. who experience a substance use disorder, 75% had co-occurring mental health conditions. And whereas adults in the U.S. living with serious mental health challenges die on average 25 years earlier than others, largely due to treatable medical conditions. And whereas over 1/3 of students aged 14 and older with a mental health condition who are served by special education drop out, the highest dropout of any disability group. And whereas many who live with these challenges also face the stigma in their community, and in the face of stigma, find it hard to seek out help that is available to improve their lives and health. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Somerset County Board of County Commissioners does hereby recognize May 2024 as Mental Health Awareness Month. The Board of County Commissioners calls upon all citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, hospitals, and schools in Somerset County to cultivate a culture of caring and enhanced engagement around mental health and eliminate the stigma associated with mental health. And I want to pass it over to Lisa Federico, who works very closely on these issues in the county.
Thank you, Commissioner Drake. The NAMI theme for 2024 is to take a moment. So I just encourage anybody in this room and anybody listening in to take a moment to prioritize your self-care, take a moment to reflect. We are living in a society where loneliness is at an all-time high. Youth mental health struggles are at an all-time high. And this is just your friendly reminder that there is help out there, and you can contact Human Services to get connected to treatment. I would like to introduce Mark Williams. He is a just wonderful partner to Human Services, connected to NAMI New Jersey, but also our stigma-free chair. And this is Mark Williams. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Commissioner Drake. Other commissioners, thank you very much for your support over the years, particularly Doug Singletary, who he and I go back to his days as a council person in North Plainfield. And North Plainfield was the first community out of the 21 communities in Somerset County to declare itself a stigma-free zone. So thank you very much for your support.
So, obviously, a thank you to Commissioner Drake and the rest of the board. And I will say, as one of those people who is about to retire, I stayed in this county for 40 years because this county has done more about the direct application of help for folks with mental health and addiction issues than any other county I am aware of. That's not hyperbole. You can look it up and see what we do in this county. So it is with great feeling and pleasure that I accept this on behalf of the board. So thank you very much, sir.
Picture. So while you're taking your picture, I'll just add that, Mark, you are recognized throughout the state. I was somewhere else in the state of New Jersey, and there was another NAMI organization, and they talked about you with pride and the champion that you are in these efforts. So you are recognized throughout the state. So, and we're proud to have you.
So we're going to do the Older Americans Resolution. Caitlin and Julie. All right, I've got two today. We're also celebrating Older Americans Month. How can I forget? Here we are, Older Americans Month in May of 2024. And whereas May of 2024 has been designated as Older Americans Month by the United States Administration for Community Living with the theme Powered by Connection. And whereas Somerset County is home to more than 80,000 residents aged 60 and older. And whereas Somerset County is committed to valuing all older adults and recognizing their ongoing life achievements. And whereas older adults are active community members involved in business, volunteering, leadership programs, mentorship, arts and culture, and civic engagement. And whereas Somerset County is committed to ensuring older adults have access to a comprehensive system of supportive services that value and promote their independence, dignity, and choice. These include the 6 county-operated senior wellness centers, information and referral services, community education, volunteer opportunities, Project Lifesaver, paratransit services, and more. And whereas recognizing the contribution and success of older adults encourages their ongoing participation and continued accomplishments, now therefore be it proclaimed that the Somerset County Board of County Commissioners does hereby recognize May 2024 as Older Americans Month in the County of Somerset and urges all citizens to be aware of and applaud the contributions and success of all our older Americans. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for all of your support, Board of Commissioners, County Administrator, for all of the support you've provided to the older adults in the community as well as our disability community. So as Commissioner Drake had stated, it's Older Americans Month is May. That's an every year event. However, we promote and embrace the older adults and those living with physical disabilities in the community all 12 months out of the year. So although the proclamation is done in May, all of these connected services to keep older adults in the community living safely, independently, with dignity and choice happen all year round. So I do invite each and every one of you to check out our activity of events in May. We do bolster the calendar a little bit more, but it's more around surrounding the theme. So this year is Powered by Connection. So connecting with your peers, connecting with social services, connecting with a volunteer opportunity. There are a variety of ways to connect with your community. So this is just one month that we're doing that. However, we do it all year round. So again, if you are interested, check out the county website. All of the calendar of events are on there. Tomorrow, speaking of events, we're doing our annual prom where the VOTEC comes over to the Bridgewater Senior Wellness Center and everybody gets dressed up and it's a really wonderful event. So that's just one example of an activity or an event we're having. And on Saturday, of course, I was going to do the shameless plug as well. So on Saturday, we do have our annual Aging Well Expo, which is at the Senior Wellness Center Bridgewater, which is located over by the Somerset Patriots ball field. We'll be there from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and there will be service providers. Our service providers about over 40. Yeah, we did the layout today. Will be sharing what information and services they provide to the community and how we all partner together, again, to connect individuals with the services they need to stay living and embraced in Somerset County. So, anything else?
I think Caitlin said it all in the interest of time. I did want to make 2 comments because I do want to thank the commissioners. Somebody had talked about food insecurities, and I think you said it quite well when agencies and nonprofits have an opportunity to go out for a request for proposals. And also, if there is someone who's 60 or above that lives in the community, we have our 6 senior centers that we provide RD luncheon that meets the third of the daily recommendation. And because of food insecurities, between now and the end of September, with our American Relief Funds, we are providing a breakfast program. Again, those folks who are over 60, come out to the centers. We're not expecting people to stay all day, but we're here if you need us. And then last, I wanted to support the mental health proclamation that came out tonight, because mental health and loneliness is a big issue for the entire community, especially our senior community. We're getting out, we're seeing more people at the centers. Be sure that you're engaged and listening to Lisa's point about taking a moment to really reflect, and don't be afraid to step out, because people want to engage with you, and the community wants to be well, and I think our Board of Commissioners and Administrator and even our county councils helped us a lot in moving forward with funding and just making Somerset County a great, prosperous place to live and to work. So thank you so much.
You're already on video.
Okay, next we have proclamation for Emergency Medical Services Week. I understand we have some EMS with us.
Here's one right here, Doug.
Emergency Medical Services Week from May 19th to 25th. Whereas the County of Somerset is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all living in and visiting Somerset County, and whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas emergency medical services have grown to fill a gap by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventive medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine, and whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas the members of emergency medical services teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Somerset County Board of Commissioners does hereby designate May 19th, 25th, 2024 Emergency Medical Services Week and recognizes the value and accomplishments of all emergency medical providers within Somerset County. All right. So let's see, we've got quite a few people up here. This is going to be a challenging photo, but Lisa, would you like to say anything? Would you like to say something?
Sure. Thank you very much, Commissioners. I know there are a lot of different agencies represented here, so I should probably pass this down. But EMS providers, and while EMS week is next week, EMS providers are responding 24/7, 365 days a week. They are currently dealing with their own mental health crisis, so a shout out to the mental health care providers that are here. And our primary patients that we usually see are the elderly of America. So a shout out to everybody here, and thank you very, very much, because I do know that all of our providers put in a lot of hard work. So thank you very much, Commissioners. Let me see if anybody else wants to.
There we go. I just want to say thank you for all that you do. This is one of my favorite weeks. I'm one of you. I practice still providing care to 911 for 911 calls. I don't know if you all know, but next week is actually the 50th anniversary for National EMS Week, and the theme is honoring the past and forging the future. So the EMS field is actually relatively young compared to other fields, but it is one of the most important fields in my opinion. So thank you for all that you do.
Can we bring people who are a little bit not as tall forward and then bring everyone in? I didn't want to say the words. We are just barely getting you all in. Everybody ready? Smiling? All right, you're all good.
Okay, I get to see if I can get more people up here than Commissioner Singletary. This is recognizing Historic Preservation Month. So anyone on our cultural and heritage team, our staff, our volunteer board members, step forward. Come on, I'm trying to beat Commissioner Drake. Good to see you all. Commissioner Singletary, actually, Singletary beat Drake, so let me see, I don't know, did I get more than 10? I think I got it. I got you. All right, so thank you all for coming up. All right. So May is Historic Preservation Month, and our Historic Preservation team here is going to get 2 opportunities because we have some awards coming up, so you may see some folks making a repeat appearance. Whereas historic preservation efforts serve as a way to share our understanding of the past with future generations, and the preservation of our collective history enriches the lives of all Americans, allowing us to recognize and celebrate the events, people, places, and ideas that have shaped our county, state, and nation. And whereas the National Trust for Historic Preservation began celebrating National Historic Preservation Week in 1973, extended to include the entire month of May in 2005, and whereas the state of New Jersey has recognized and protected historic properties since 1970 with the passage of the New Jersey Register of Historic Places Act, and whereas the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission was established by the County Board of Chosen Freeholders in 1983, and whereas the mission of the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission is to educate and enrich the lives of county residents by providing programs and services that preserve, promote, and protect the culture and heritage of Somerset County. And whereas the Somerset County Historic Preservation Grant Program, administered by the Cultural and Heritage Commission and county planning staff, provides funding to municipalities and nonprofits for acquisition, stabilization, rehabilitation, restoration, and preservation of the county's significant historic resources. And whereas 2024 marks the 25th anniversary of the Somerset County Historic Preservation Grant Program, which has awarded over $23 million to 72 historic structures across 57 historic sites in Somerset County. And whereas historic preservation in Somerset County significantly contributes to the revitalization of municipalities throughout the county and strengthens our economy annually from heritage tourism and visitor-related spending. And whereas historic preservation plays a unique role in the lives of Somerset County families and communities by making vibrant connections to their history and culture, now therefore be it proclaimed that this Somerset County Board of Commissioners recognizes May as National Historic Preservation Month and calls upon our residents to celebrate, preserve, and promote the history of our county, and encourages taking action for the preservation of historic sites and history in their municipalities. Signed by your Board of County Commissioners. So, whew. All right. I was going to abbreviate that, but I said, there's a lot in here. I want to make sure you guys get it all. Who'd like to say a couple of words?
Well,
Well, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the commission for recognizing the efforts that go on throughout the county, in preserving the history, not just the buildings, but also the culture, the documents, everything that we have within the county. And we look forward over the next couple of years as we reach the 250th anniversary of expanding the historic sites we have and bringing more history to life, a broader amount of history to life within the county. Thank you.
All right, and may I personally thank all of these folks. I mean, our staff is here, but the rest are volunteers, and they contribute a tremendous amount of time and effort reviewing applications, staffing events. So hats off to all of you for all you do that this entire county benefits from now and tomorrow to preserve our past. So thank you.
Thank you for being a great liaison.
Thank you.
Remember how we tightened it up the last time? Let's try that again.
Where's he going? Where are you going?
For old time's sake.
I'll go.
Ricky, why don't you come up? Jesse, why don't you come up?
Come on, I'm your history.
All right, we're gonna have to tighten this up again.
We're gonna get you, Warren. I'm not gonna competition. Where's Jesse? Hold again. Hold on. We gotta wait. Jesse, get in front.
And then we're gonna scooch everyone that way. Just there we are. We're gonna scooch everyone this way. All right, we're good. We're good. That's perfect. You're centered beautifully. All right. One more with the actual camera. If I take a lot, one's gonna be good. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Congratulations. And speaking of a little history, there is the Prince Rogers Baseball Complex, which is a 10-acre park named after Prince Rogers, who was a freed slave. There will be a ceremony recognizing and honoring him right in Bridgewater on the 23rd of May. So we'll make sure we get that information out to the public. But again, Prince Rogers was a free slave. He is buried with his wife, Judith Vanderveer, near the Foothill Road. So that is May 23rd. So a lot of rich history right here in Somerset County. Caitlin?
All right, so we're going to jump right into the celebrating of Historic Preservation Month with the Somerset County Historic Preservation and History Awards. So my name is Caitlin Bundy. I'm manager of the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission. And in Somerset County, we recognize the exemplary historic preservation and heritage efforts through a biennial presentation of awards. The purpose of this program is to increase public awareness of and promote excellence in historic preservation and history, and recognize worthy individuals, organizations, and projects. Our first award of the evening is in the category of History Education, which recognizes individuals, groups, and governmental agencies displaying excellence in increasing public knowledge of Somerset County history. Receiving this award is the Friends of the Abraham Staatshaus and the South Bound School District Robert Morris School for We Were Here, the Enslaved People of Colonial America, an inclusive history partnership program. This project is a collaborative effort of the Friends of the Abraham Staatshaus, the South Bound Brook Public School District, and the Witness Stones Project. Through this project, Robert Morris School's 8th grade class brought local history to life as they learned the story of the enslaved individuals who worked and lived at the Stotts farmstead. Teachers were also provided with a series of professional development workshops to enhance their use of the Witness Stone Project curriculum in the classroom. Accepting the award on behalf of the Abraham Staatshaus is, please welcome President Kathy Hermosi, Trustee Dennis Quinlan, President of the South Bound Brook Historic Preservation Commission Kathy Fox, South Bound Brook Historic Preservation Commission Liaison Councilman Sean Wooden,
And on behalf of the South Bound School District, Robert Moore School, teacher Robert Canolan. And on behalf of the Witness Stone Project, please welcome Director Dennis Culleton. If anyone wants to say anything, they'll hand you the mic behind you.
I want to thank the commissioners for offering this award and thank all of our partners. I'm Kathy Fawkes from the South Bound Brook Historic Preservation Advisory Commission. We partnered with the Friends of the Abraham Stats House. And for this event, we partnered with the school. Ryan is our lead teacher who created his curriculum based upon the Witness Stone Project from Dennis Culleton. So it's like we're all partnering together. We thank everyone for their support and the wonderful program that resulted from it. Thank you, everybody.
All right, congratulations. Our next award category is in history publication, which recognizes specific programs, educational institutions, groups, or individuals displaying excellence in increasing public awareness and knowledge about county history through the publication of books, journals, articles, brochures, or pamphlets. Receiving this award is Davy Lynn Jones Evans for At Home with History. At Home with History focuses on the history of Somerville's African American community. Ms. Joan Evans' body of published work brings the story of Somerville's historic Black community to life for both her 5th grade students at Somerville's Vanderveer Elementary School and wider audiences through her online publications. Ms. Jones Evans' work is accessible and free to the public online at medium.com. Please welcome Davy Lynn Jones Evans.
First of all, thank you for the commissioners for this opportunity just to share our history. Thank you, Marge Sullivan, who nominated me. So you can come on up, Marge. I'm born and raised in Somerville. I've been a teacher there for more than 30 years. And one of the things that I've learned is you have to dig for your history if it's not available to you. So this is a gift to the community. I started writing in 2022. I continue to write about the African American history here. It's rich, it's deep, and unfortunately our students don't know about it, and my experience in elementary school, high school, middle school, I didn't learn about it as well. So I encourage all of you to jump into my Medium post. It speaks a lot to St. Thomas's history here, as well as Paul Robeson here in Somerville. So there's a rich, rich history here that we all should know, we all should understand, and we all should appreciate. So thank you so much.
Everyone's getting very good at scooching today.
thank you for being an educator. This was, last week was Teachers Week and Nurses Week, so thank you.
We appreciated all the appreciation.
Thank you.
All right, so we just want to say one last final thank you to our winners tonight, and thank you for everyone for attending. We'd also like to thank the Somerset County Board of County Commissioners for their help in making tonight's event possible through their continued support. Thank you.
As we move through our program, or our meeting, excuse me, we have Mosquito Control Advisory Board, R24-950, Elliot Hunsinger and Kate Brown. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 24-950? Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. We have the approval of the minutes for our April 23rd, 2024 meeting. Is there a motion to approve the above listed minutes?
So moved.
Any comments, questions, or changes? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. At this time, with regards to 24-880A and 24-883A, I'm going to ask Samantha to please come forward.
R24-880A is an amending resolution of R24-880 to exceed the county budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. Public hearing will come later. And 24-883 is amending 24-883, which was authorizing Somerset County to exceed the county entity budget request cap for the superintendent of elections.
Resolution 24-883A. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Now we have the public hearing, or the 24-88A, amending Resolution 24-880 to exceed the county budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. Motion to open public hearing for this resolution and this resolution only.
Motion. Second.
All in, roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Yes. Anyone from the public wishing to speak on this resolution only, please step forward, name and address, 5 minutes, no yielding of time, on this resolution only.
Is this the whole budget or no?
That's the next item.
Huh?
The budget is the next item,
Oh,
so.
all right, well, I'll wait
You're
and
one too early, just stand right there.
all right, you want me to talk then, all right?
Not yet, just stand there.
All right, okay.
Don't say anything.
All right, okay.
All right?
All right.
Anybody,
All right.
anybody else? Seeing none, hearing none, I take a motion to close the public hearing for 24-880A.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. And we have the motion to adopt Resolution 24-880A. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Now we have 24-885, 2024 Somerset County Budget. Motion to open a public hearing for the 2024 county budget.
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes.
All right, Harry Boslager, 1243 Canal Road, Grigstown. I just want to start off with a little presentation on And as far as this budget, and, well, anyway, democratic socialism is one stop from communism. The American Revolution, a little people know that they tell you it's always taxation without representation. But really what it was, what the British were using, wanted the Americans to use debt money. And the American, Ben Franklin was like, I guess he was playing both sides of the fence there. And anyway, and then they wanted the Americans to pay taxes in British money. So it was a debt money system that they used against the Americans. And the Americans fought a revolution over that debt money. And that's what I have objection with this here budget. And, well, anyway, like I say, part of this, well, what else? I got some notes here. All right, the American people owe, well, let's start off with it. Right now, the American, we're in debt for like $100 trillion, the Federal Reserve and all that. Well, the Federal Reserve Bank is bankrupt. Real debt, well, the American people owe on their credit cards like over $17.5 trillion. And what I'm trying to bring out here is that I'm trying to save the country. I'm a patriot and I'm a veteran. And this country will not survive with this debt money system. Inflation is rampant. It's destroying the country. It's destroying the people. And the only way we can save this country is really to go to wealth currency. If we don't get on wealth currency, our money's not backed by anything. It's ridiculous the amount of debt we are incurring, and we won't be able to pay it. I'm just waiting for the country to go bankrupt because it's going there. I buy hard currency all the time. I have silver dollars. That's backed up by silver. That's monetized money. But, well, that's the only thing I want to say is we're heading in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, the whole country's going in the wrong direction. So I said my piece, so God help you. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak on this topic and this topic only? Anything from nothing else? Then I take a motion that we close the public portion of the public hearing for the 2024 county budget. Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Now we'll move on to the motion to adopt the 2024 county budget as introduced on April 23rd. Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Motion passes. Before we get into the consent agenda, I just wanted to update, even though the young lady left. We have arranged for Feeding Hands to get large donations in the past, and they were the recipient in our fall food bank campaign. And the Califer family were a partner in getting those funds out to our food bank. And again, Feeding Hands were recipients of the fall food bank campaign. We also gave them art money, as I talked about during the pandemic, and they were recipients of some of that art money as part of the annual Adopt a Family fundraising program that we do every year around Thanksgiving. So, move on to our consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-900 through 24-907?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-908 through 24-920?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-921 through 24-949?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Director Sui? Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-951 through 24-963? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary? Yes. Commissioner Morano? Yes. Deputy Director Sui? Yes. Director Robinson?
Yes. We are now at the public portion of our meeting. Anyone from the public wishing to speak on any topic? 5 minutes, no yielding of time, no coming up a second time. Is there a motion to open to public?
So moved. Second?
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it.
No further comments.
Hearing none, seeing none. Is there a motion to close the public portion of this meeting?
Motion. Second?
All in favor? Ayes have it. We will adjourn into executive session.
That is correct. We need to go into executive session for 2 matters to discuss contracts related to the jail and a personnel matter where the individual did receive their rice notice. We may come back out in public and actually vote on an issue depending on what occurs. So we are not adjourning directly from the executive session. We will have to come back out.
Okay. So is there a motion to move into executive session?
Motion. Second?
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it.
My suggestion is just come back out.
We have returned and motion and seconded and voted to come out of executive session. So we now have on the table Resolution R 24-999, resolution authorizing the filing of an application for involuntary disability on behalf of Andrew Reese. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Let the record reflect Deputy Director Sui is not with us at this time. Director Robinson?
Yes.
Motion is passed.
All right, seeing nothing further, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion. Sure. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Good night and be well.